Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, let's be honest. We had hoped for another outcome, but we knew already a few weeks that this would be the outcome of the vote. And the fact that the betting office in Britain didn't take bets on the outcome of the vote was already a clear indication of what would happen. And I have to tell you honestly, I'm not so surprised, because since the outcome of the referendum in British politics, in Downing Street, in Westminster, in Whitehall, well, they have produced always majorities against something, against the membership of the Union, against the membership of the single market, against the customs union, against the free movement of people, against the Irish backstop, and the list is very long. And I think in this debate this morning, Mr. Kamal, the question is how to break this deadlock. And I had hoped that you should give an indication in your intervention. You described the situation in Britain, we can follow it, but how you break this deadlock, how you avoid the devastating no-deal scenario. And I think my answer to that, and I hope that you're in agreement with me, that is that we need urgently a majority in favour of something in the House of Commons and in British politics. A majority in the interest of Britain and a majority in the interest also of the Union. And I think that can be achieved if finally the political parties in Britain, and I mean all political parties, not just the Conservative Party, if all political parties start to put the interest of the country, the interest of Britain, above their own narrow party political interests. That is key in Britain. Let me tell it differently. That Mr. Jeremy Corbyn wants to become Prime Minister of his country is legitimate. That Mrs. May wants to stay Prime Minister of Britain is legitimate. That the SNP wants to use the situation to have an independent Scotland is legitimate. That the DUP wants to keep the unity of the country is legitimate. All these legitimate ambitions that everybody has, they are legitimate. But what is more important is that they all come out of the trenches now. That they transcend the binary system in which they are locked for the moment, a system that has produced antagonism. Let's be honest, the Brexit started as a catfight inside the Conservative Party, on the back of the European Union. That was the start of the whole discussion. But today it's something completely different. It's not longer a catfight inside the Conservative Party, it's an existential problem of Britain, of Britain's future and of Britain's souls. So it's not longer a catfight anymore. And I know, and it's not up to me as a humble Belgian to lecture the Brits on what to do, but I think it's time now to tell our British friends that for the sake of Britain itself, it's time for cross-party cooperation in Britain, as we do here in this Parliament from day one. So to define what the new relationship between the UK and the EU must be, and to redefine also, the red lines that are in fact unilaterally imposed from the beginning by the, well, let me say that the hardliners in the Conservative Party. And we from the European Union, I tell you that very honestly, are ready for a deeper future relationship, even more deeper than what is foreseen, Michel, in the political declaration, and you have confirmed that a few minutes ago. And if there is a cross-party majority in the House of Commons to go in such a direction of a more deeper relationship, we are ready to fully engage to obtain this and to make that happen. But there are two small warnings that I want to give. First of all, what we'll not let happen, deal or no deal, is that the controversy in British politics is now imported in European politics. While we understand that you can have need more time, I think it's a bad thing to go with Article 50 beyond the European election date. That should only continue the uncertainty for businesses and for people. And then my second warning concerns the interest of our citizens, EU citizens and UK citizens alike. Deal or no deal, Mr. President, we will do everything what is in our power to safeguard their rights, rights foreseen in the withdrawal agreement. And if necessary, together with our Libe committee, we will directly engage with the House of Commons, with the Home Office Select Committee to secure these rights. Because I think all citizens can never, and I say never, be the victim of the party political games around Brexit as we see them today. Thank you.